back. A few more people are coming in, so if you'd like to take your place now, there's a lovely table right in front. No one's sitting there. If anybody would like to come there, maybe we can usher some of the people that are coming in. So I trust that everyone has visited the refreshment table and also our beverage table. It looks like you're enjoying the food that everyone brought tonight. Well, I just want to begin by saying we're very excited to see everybody. Some of you I have already met because I've interviewed many of you. Some of you are new tonight. Some of you might just be wondering what this is all about. But that's what tonight's about, is just to kind of talk about the whole program. My name is Donna Couch. I'm the Director of Faith Formation here at the parish. And it's so exciting for me every year to begin another year in RCIA because I've kind of been doing this for a few years now. Just a few, okay? People are laughing. It's been a few decades, actually. But nonetheless, it's just interesting because I still get very, very excited the first night and the week before, too, planning everything and knowing we're going on this journey together. It's just such an awesome, awesome privilege for me to be able to do this. Yes, this is my chosen profession. This is my vocation, but it's not a job to me. This is a calling. This is a way of life for me. And so I just every day feel like I have the best life in the whole world, because I get to sit around talking about God all day with people and helping other people encounter Christ. And that is such a big joy for me. So thank you for being here. We're going to spend a little bit of time tonight. I'm going to be talking to you and just explaining the program and introducing a few people to you. As we go through the year, you're going to hear a lot from me. I do teach in this program as well, and I'm very confessional. So you're going to hear my whole story. I don't have to tell you tonight. You'll hear it little bits and pieces throughout the year. But I do want to say that one thing I will say is that I really have a heart for people that are seeking conversion and experiencing conversion, because I also experienced conversion in my life, big time. And it wasn't something I expected at all. I was raised a Catholic, baptized a Catholic when I was a baby, but I left my faith. I'm not proud of this, but I did leave the faith for about 10 years. And when I came back, I experienced something that I really can't put into words. You'll hear me talk some parts about it as we go along, but I just knew that that God was calling me into something completely different. So I kind of had to leave my other life, which was something I'd worked and strived for many years, to start working in the church. So, but that's another story. Okay, so but I will say that has given me such a great, profound, I guess, respect for people that are feeling that call or that yearning, because I know what that's like. And so I'm very excited to be able to be here to share that with you. All right, so that said, just want to talk about that for RCIA, the first thing you got to know is it's all about community. It's not just about me and Jesus and my little journey with him, I should say my big journey with him, but it's really about walking together with other people. And I think you'll experience that in RCIA by meeting. That's why we have a lot of people here that are Catholic that are here to walk with you as well. It's all about community. And so there's our address. You're here, you know where we are, right? We also have a wonderful parish staff, and we're really fortunate tonight because our pastor, Father Brendan Manson, is here. So I'd like for him to come forward and just say hello. In case you haven't seen him before, have you ever seen him? Yeah?
I'm so taller than you are. I thought I had the best job. You didn't welcome me. We hadn't had the opportunity to meet him, Father Brendan, and it's a joy to have you here. Just wanted to have a moment to ask if you're already baptized, received communion confirmation, and are here as a sponsor or someone who is just helping, if you'd raise your hand. So if you're helping, if you're a sponsor, part of RCIA, you're a part of Donna's team, if you'd raise your hand. If you're not, please raise your hand. So there are, I think, more, at least tonight perhaps, if not the same number. And I think it's very profound. You're the source of our joy. I mean, we're here not because we're just here to teach you everything we know. We're here to accompany you and to learn from you as well. None of us are there already. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to love more and respond to love. And our walking together is the way that God made us, as Donna said, as a community. Whether you know nothing of God or have already received some of your sacraments or just completing your sacraments like confirmation, wherever you are in your faith journey, it's never over until we meet Christ face to face. And what a beautiful gift that this is providence of God putting us together here today and this year. There is no graduating. There's no failing this. We're just journeying. And for whatever reason, if God calls you to step out for some reason, that's fine. There's no way that this goes wrong. And on the Easter Vigil, be that this year or next year when you receive your sacraments, it's not a graduation either. We continue to journey together. And with all those hands that were raised of people who are here to accompany you, it's a reminder that you are a gift to us. And as the Psalms say, even before you were born, I knew you. So even if you know nothing of God, he knows everything about you. And it is God and providence that have put us together. So may you enjoy the journey, and we will certainly enjoy journeying with you as well. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. If you have any questions or anything on your heart or mind, I am here for you. Just shoot me an email. I am always here. So I am como a tus pies. I'm at your service. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
Okay, and I'm sorry, Father Brendan, I didn't take administrator off of your... This is an old... Last year when he gave his talk, he was pastor administrator, now he's pastor. So I need to correct that, I'm sorry. We have two other... We're really fortunate to have two other really wonderful men who are priests in this parish. One is Father Dave Groover, and the other is Father Armando Varay. And both of them you'll be seeing, as well as Father Brendan. From time to time, they come in and teach classes here, too, so you'll get to know them really well. And then, as Father mentioned, you know, we have a lot of people here that are Catholics that belong to our parish. I call them the RCIA team. There's 30 of them. We're 30 strong. Not every one of them is here tonight. But they are here to really be your servant leaders, and to be your sponsors if you need them, and to facilitate at the tables when we do our table talk. So I'm going to ask the team to please stand and come forward right now. Their names are all up there, so now you can put a person with the name. Okay. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of you are saying to yourself, why does this woman need so much help? And I'm going to say, because for me, it's not just about me, it's about the community walking with you. And my whole goal in RCIA is to have a one-on-one ratio. However many people we have, we want to have there's somebody here that wants to connect with you. So that's why I need so much help. I can't do it on my own, for sure. And they really do help me, and they're wonderful. So I'm going to just pass the mic, and they can say hi and who they are. Go first, Donna. Another Donna, okay? Oh, here we go.
Hello, I'm Donna McDonald, and married to him for 49 years. Been involved in ministry in this parish since we moved down here in '68, so been long-time parishioners. Mostly with children, but then when I retired from working with the children's ministry here, I joined the RCIA with my husband.
Hi, I'm Tom McDonald, and I've been, I guess, doing RCIA for about 30 years. As Father Brendan said, you are a gift to us, and that's why I still keep coming back every year for about 30 years. I learn a lot, and I'm very inspired by you folks. An adult person that's seeking a deeper faith is a very inspirational thing to me. So welcome. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Paula Tazici. This is my third year with RCIA. I converted 3 years ago, went through this program. I was raised in a Southern Baptist home. and was very devout in that until I was about 22, and then I just kind of like took a hiatus from religion. But this is my third year here, and this is a life learning process.
Hi, my name's Stephanie Reese. I'm what I would call a newbie Catholic. I went through RCIA last year, so I was sitting in your shoes. It's a really great process, and I'm so thankful to be on the giving side this year. I'm looking forward to it.
Hi, I'm Darlene Jamrose, and I'm a cradle Catholic. I left the church when I think I was 12 years old because I wanted to go to Bible study. I did, and I was gone for 10 years and came back, and I came to RCIA in '95, and then I just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. So here I am, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and to helping you as you journey with us.
I'm Kathy Winston. I'm also a cradle Catholic. I'm one of those cradle Catholics that was still a cradle Catholic all through her life. And I came to RCIA in an unusual way, but also because my husband had decided that he was going to participate in the RCIA program. And I thought I would come and make sure everybody understood what all the important things about Catholicism were, since I've been a cradle Catholic and had gone to Catholic education through college. But what I discovered was that not only did I learn the most, but I think that the journey became even more powerful and profound for me. And so I've continued on and off. Last 2 years I haven't been as involved in RCIA, but I'm really looking forward to sharing the experience with all of you.
My name is John Winston. I'm the other half of this. It only took her about 30 years of marriage to get me into this process. So we've been parishioners here since 2001, but I went through in 2007. Ever since then, I've been pretty active with the group, only in that it brought me closer to where I needed to be. And I have that insight of having been raised in a Protestant faith and then transitioning into the Catholic faith has really brought things home to me more than I realized. And so welcome all of you. I will be happy to discuss anything with you about whether you're being dragged here by your wife or whether you really truly are looking for a journey on your own. But it's amazing what it does to you when you join a community like this one.
Hi, I'm Randy Larson. I went through the RCIA process 16 years ago. I spent 7 years prior to that going to different Christian places, Protestant, I tried New Age, I tried Buddhism, and I found the Lord here. And I have been a member of this team for the last 3 years, and I have been so blessed to get to know all the new people, like all of you, and to have the opportunity to walk even deeper with the Lord.
Hi, I'm Kathy Roby, and this is my first year on the team, but I've been in faith formation for 25 years. I really do love this whole process, and one of the most exciting things for me in journeying and walking with people is that God is a God of surprise, and it's so exciting for me to see the way that He shows up in everyone's life. And I'm just really excited this year to be part of the team and to walk with you on that journey. Thank you.
Hi, welcome. I'm Michelle McAndrew. I actually went through RCIA 5 years ago, and I've been on the team ever since. And I'm just here for the food.
I'm Therese. I have been involved in the parish for 11 years, but I have only been doing knits for a few years, but I enjoy it. I enjoy meeting new people. When I first came here, I didn't do sandwords. I didn't know anyone, so I really got involved to meet people and get involved in the parish, and I really enjoy it. I learn something new every time I come, and I enjoy sharing all that information with you. I was also raised Catholic, so I learn more now than I did growing up.
Hi, my name's Sandy. I'm an official greeter, and I love this program. I became Catholic 3 years ago in this program with Donna, and I loved it. And I come back every year because it's so exciting. It's just so exciting to see the opportunities that are here and how inspiring and how large the information is to learn some more about the grace of God and His goodness, His mercies, and His love. It's awesome. It's a great program, so welcome. Glad to be part of the team.
Hello, my name's Elizabeth Smith, and I met all of you as you came in, and it's so exciting to see you. Every year, my heart just beats with joy because I see such joy in your eyes and such expectations. So just welcome and sit back and learn, and I know you will learn a lot from this study. So I'm just real excited for the year to begin.
Hi, my name is Stephen Ashby. I became a Catholic a couple of years ago. I actually was attending Mass for about 3 years prior to that, and then it took a little time to transition into the church. But I'm happy to be here again, second year in a row, doing this on the serving side, as she said over there. And I would be happy to help out with anyone who has any questions, and would be happy to divulge the faith to you a little bit better. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Joe. I served Lutheran congregations for 4 decades and received the sacrament of confirmation 3 years ago. And so I went from 2 to 7 sacraments, which is a good deal.
I'm Dave Dora. I went through the RCIA program when I was 46 years old in 1991, and I've been with RCIA for 24 years. And I like to say I'm going to keep coming back until I get it right.
Hi, I'm Karen Dora. I'm Dave's wife of 45 years, right? 45 years this year, and I believe I was baptized as a toddler, but I don't remember it. My mom was Christian Zionist, not practicing. My dad was from a family that was going from religion to religion, and I think they started with Episcopal and went to Catholic. So I was raised Catholic, as were my brother and sister. And when I came home from college, my whole family had left the church. And that's when I realized how much Catholicism meant to me. So I grabbed onto it even harder, and it means so much to me. And that's why I'm kind of drawn to people that are seeking and coming in. And everybody else has already said what I wanted to say, that we learn so much from you, and there's always something new to learn. So we're so glad you're here.
Hi, I'm Terry, and I'm a Cradle Catholic. I'm new to the team. This is my first meeting with the team, and I have always taught children's religious ed, and I felt like this would be a great opportunity to move up and, learn more, deepen my my knowledge, and strengthen my faith. It's like we all say, it's a journey. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tristan. I was raised Catholic as a cradle Catholic, and I learned about the RCIA process when my dad down there went through the process and asked me to be his sponsor. But I joined the RCIA team when I moved back to Orange County and was going to teach the high school confirmation program, and was afraid all the high schoolers would ask me questions that I didn't know. So I thought I should come to RCIA and get a refresher course so they didn't ask me things I didn't know about. And I've been with the team ever since. So it's been since about 2009 I've been on the team, and I've loved walking with the journey and learning more every time. So I look forward to meeting all of you.
Hi, my name's Melinda Pearson, and I walked through those doors 2 years ago with a whole baggage of Protestant angst. I was raised in a myriad of Protestant traditions and had gotten to the point where I was just done, and my husband was like, okay, enough already. Would you just pick something? And I started reading. I'm like, I think the Catholic Church might be where I need to go. And he signed us up for RCIA, even though my Amazon cart was still like 20 books deep. I'm like, wait, I still have more to read. He's like, no, we're going. And I found this place to be a very safe place for inquiry. And I found at the end of the experience that I trusted the church. And that was huge for me being a Protestant.
Jason Pearson. I've been married to Melinda for 20 years. And we went through this about 2 years ago, and it was a great experience. I love being here.
Thank you, Jason. My name's Kevin Perkins. I am super psyched to see all of you here tonight. I was in your position 8 years ago. I actually went through RCA with John, and I just had this sort of small voice say, go to the church, and it's been uphill, downhill, I don't know, ever since. My wife, Corrine, who's possibly going to show up a little late, had a little tire issue, so you might see us both together and separate, but we're both here to answer any and all of your questions. Okay, thanks.
Welcome. My name is Mark Salvini. This is my 6th year, and as I was thinking about this gentleman right here was actually the one who introduced or suggested I come. I'm glad I did. I welcome all of you. This is going to be a phenomenal experience. You will, as I continue to learn, you will learn just a myriad of things. It's just a great experience all the way around. You will, in some fashion, be changed after this experience, and I'm just glad you're here.
Hi, my name is Janet Hansen. I've been on this team this is my 2nd year. Prior to that, I went through the process you're going through now. And it is a wonderful process. And I'm so happy that I feel home here. And I feel my soul has been renewed and saved.
It's not easy to get up here and talk, so can you give them a little encouragement? Okay, everybody, go sit down. They've all got name tags on, so hopefully you'll get to know them all a little bit better as the year goes on. I wanted to talk to you just for a few minutes about our parish focus. If you've come to Mass here at all, or looked at the bulletin or the website, you see this logo, House of Prayer, House of the Poor. Father Brendan, when he, this is only his 3rd year here, or 3rd year. This is his 3rd year here as pastor. So I've been here that long, but when he first came, he really had it on his heart that he wanted to have a theme for our parish, something that all of us as community could really use as a springboard for growing in our faith. And so he's the one who chose this particular theme. And if you know him, this is him. He thinks that our community, every single person individually, as a family and as a community, needs to grow in prayer. So he wants our whole community to become a prayerful community. And then his other great yearning in his heart is his heart for the poor, meaning those who are needy among us. And that can mean needy in possessions and also needy spiritually. So that's why we have this particular logo, and that's why you'll hear us talking a lot about this particular theme. You might be wondering what the content is going to be this year, and so I've just sort of outlined a few things for you. As the team all mentioned, it is a huge amount of information that's going to come streaming your way. Now, the good thing, I guess, we could say the unfortunate thing is we only have 2 hours once a week. The Catholic Church has a 2,000-year history, and there's a lot to learn. So you're not going to learn it all in 2 hours once a week, not even for the length of time we're together. So I'm going to be throwing a lot of information at you. I'm going to be giving you a lot of links to things that you can read. So you can go pretty much as deep as you want to go with the Catholic faith, but I will promise you that I will give you the best Catholic content that you can find on the internet, and I'll be talking about that too some more later. You will also grow a lot in your personal spirituality, and a lot of times people will say to me, well, what is that? What is spirituality? And I just like to boil it all down and just say that it's the desire within you. You know, all of us have this restlessness within us, and we want to fill it with something. It's the desire within you to have a meaningful life. If you have that in you, and pretty much everyone does, that's your spirituality. And as we all know, people fill the empty spot with a lot of things that are maybe more destructive than coming to church. You know, we all fill it with something, whether it's possessions, some people drink, some people take drugs, some people shop, some people have a lot of sex. You know, it's all this yearning that we have to make ourselves feel alive and to have some sort of life. And so within this process, then we'll really try to help your innermost feelings of meaningfulness to really come to fruition. Through prayer, as I said here, through presence, meaning we'll be here for you and we'll help you feel that presence of God and give you a depth to your life. So, it seems like a lot of people are just sort of bobbing up and down between deep and superficial. And a lot of people live on the surface. Well, we're going to be pushing you deeper, in this process. That's really what it's all about. You'll grow in your relationship with Jesus. This is our main thing. We really want you, if you don't have a personal relationship with Christ, to really encounter Christ, to really look into his life, to really know what you're saying when you say, I am a Christian, a follower, a disciple, an imitator, living in his image. We're going to be talking a lot about that. You'll grow a lot in your relationship with other people because if you grow in Christ, it ripples across all of your relationships. Suddenly, you'll be surprised. There'll be a lot of people in your life that are going to notice that you've changed and say, what's that all about? And you're going to say the C word, Catholic, and they're all going to go, no, not that. Anyway, but you'll know what to say, There'll be a growth and a rootedness in Scripture, in the Bible, contrary to what a lot of people think. We Catholics love the Bible. The Christian church wouldn't have the Bible if it weren't for the Catholic Church. We'll be talking about all of that. But we want you rooted in that Scripture, in the Bible. So we'll be helping you with that. And then you'll have, as I mentioned, lots and lots of resources at your fingertips. So you don't have to take my word for it or Father Brendan's or the team. You can find out for yourself if you want. We also use the internet, and we do this mainly because everybody's connected these days, aren't they? So we would be kind of foolish if we weren't connected with it as well. So we have some websites, and by the way, all of this information is on that blue sheet in front of you that says RCIA on it. I have developed a special website. It's called the Seeking Faith website, and on the website, everything there is for people that are truly seeking. And there's a page called RCIA. If you go to the page and click it, there's the URL for it. That's where I post everything. Like tomorrow or the next day, I'll post what we did tonight. We're also recording the session, a digital recording. So we have a YouTube channel. We're going to upload it to that, so you'll be able to go and find the recordings and listen to them again if you just want to hear me talk. Again, you can hear me or share me with somebody, whatever, So there it is, the Seeking Faith website. We also do a lot of communicating and leading you on our parish website, which is stedward.com. Looks like Stedward. There's no period in there, just stedward.com. That's where the bulletin is. That's where all the upcoming things that Father Brendan talks about, everything's on that particular website. Again, we have the recordings of the Tuesday night sessions. In your packet, there's a calendar, and I'll be giving you lots and lots of handouts throughout the year. And so I've given you a few tonight. They're called Catholic Updates. Those of you I interviewed, I mentioned to you that, I could throw a huge big book at you, like the Summa Theologica or something by Thomas Aquinas, and pretty much it would gather dust on you because it's kind of hard to read. And also, I know you're really busy. People are busy. You're working, you have kids, you have families, whatever. So I give you little pieces, little dribs and drabs, and again, we'll link you to some other bigger sources. So I'm going to give you these little updates and these handouts to look at every week. Basically, our approach is that faith formation is every single day, every hour of every day, 365 days a year, 24/7. That's my goal. So now that we have the internet, it's not just Tuesday nights from 7 to 9. You can go on when you're not sleeping well or, get up early or whatever you want to do. Okay. We also use social media. So we have St. Edward's has a Facebook page. If you're into Facebook, please go on and follow us. That would make me very happy. There's the link to that. And then there's also an RCIA page where I put stuff specifically about RCIA. So if you're on Facebook, you might find me asking, will you be my friend, please? Okay, so if you are, then you'll be able to stay connected there. If you're not, on social media, it's okay. We love you anyway. Personally, and there's many people who will attest to this, it's sort of, I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I will admit that. Okay. So, but I do look at it. People often ask me, well, how long is this going to take? And I did give you the calendar, and I will go over that. But I want you to really kind of meditate on this little phrase I have here. How long is it going to take? Well, it will take as long as it takes to fall in love and make a lifelong commitment to a covenant with the beloved. We see the word beloved is in a capital letter, so you know who that is. That isn't your wife or your fiance or your child. It's the big beloved. So how long does it take to fall in love and establish a covenant? It's different for all of you, every single one of you. You're on a unique journey. God has called you to the journey, and the great thing about God is that God can have an intimate, personal relationship with who you are. He created you, He knows you, and so you can do it. So it's really up to you and God. You know, we do have a set calendar, but I always say, you know, it's not written in stone. It has to do with your particular needs and how far along you get in each phase. If you look at there's a page in there that talks about inquiry and all the different, you can look at that and also at the calendar, because I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the phases of RCIA. Phase 1, which is going to begin actually next week, is called inquiry, for obvious reasons. Inquiry. It's about listening. It's about questioning and wondering and storytelling. In inquiry, there's basic formation, basic information, basic ideas about what it means to be a Catholic. So it's a lot. We want to listen to you. We want to listen to your stories. We want to get to know you so that we have a better way to help you on the journey. If you look at the calendar, you'll see the first 10 or 12 weeks from September to December, it's just Tuesday nights from 7 to 9. Okay, so you'll be coming here. If you come, you're going to come here. It's very low key. There's no pressure. Nobody's going to ask you to sign on the dotted line or anything. We're just kind of laying all our cards on the table. You'll learn a lot during inquiry. If you have any weird questions or misgivings, you know, we were happy to talk to you all. I love questions myself. Inquiry will officially end in December, on December the 6th, and you'll see it on that calendar. And if you look on the right-hand side of the calendar, the left-hand side has the Tuesday nights, the right-hand side has the Sundays. So before December the 6th, we'll go through a discernment with you. And basically what we're discerning with you is whether or not you want to keep on studying, whether you want to continue on into another phase of RCIA. Not do you want to be Catholic yet, but do you want to continue studying? And if you do, you will go through what's called the rite of welcome. And what happens there is we meet at 9 o'clock Mass. The community is thrilled to meet all of you. I'm serious. They're very excited to meet people that want to be part of us. Your name will get called. You'll have a special blessing that day. And so that's called, it's like a little rite of passage, the rite of welcome. Okay? At that time, right before that, we're going to ask you to choose a sponsor or a godparent. If you're not baptized, I don't care how old you are, you still need a godparent. Isn't that great to know? So you will need a godparent. If you are baptized, you need a sponsor. It's kind of the same, they kind of do the same thing. They're there to support you, to walk with you on the journey. It's somebody you look up to, somebody that is a practicing Catholic. Now, some of you might be saying, oh my gosh, I don't know anyone like that. So fortunately, we have 30 people on the team. You'll get to know them pretty well. You might want to ask one of them to be your sponsor, okay? So, you know, and here's some pictures too from the Easter Vigil. There's Father Brendan with a baptism and a confirmation. Okay, so I want you to start to think about that a little bit. No pressure right now, but around about middle of November, I'll be asking you to name them. So, back to the rite of welcome on December the 6th. if you notice on the calendar on the right-hand side, there's Sundays. Okay, so after that, you'll be invited to go to 9 o'clock Mass with other people in RCIA. And after the homily, that's what we call the sermon, after Father speaks, our group will leave the church. Not that we're being rude or anything. All of you that are inquiring cannot participate in the Eucharist anyway. You can't go to communion. And so we leave in order to study Scripture together. So there's a person there, a teacher, a catechist that goes with you. So it's like a little Bible study that happens on Sunday morning. So it's from 9 to 10. It's just an hour. It's during the Mass. If you have a husband, wife, boyfriend, fiance, whoever who's Catholic, they can stay in the church while you go to this little Bible study. As it says here, it's a requirement for those of you that are unbaptized and optional for those of you who are baptized but cannot receive communion yet. And throughout the inquiry, you'll probably hear people at your tables on my team talking about the benefits of going to dismissal. All right, so dismissal then will begin December the 6th. It ends on Palm Sunday. All right, let's go back to phase 2. Okay, so after we've gone through rite of welcome, then we go into the second phase, which is called the catechumenate. You might have heard the word catacomb. You might have heard that word, catechumen. That simply means, so the catechumenate is a time when unbaptized people were formed in the faith in the very beginning of the early church. So we go back to the early church to use this term catechumenate. And it goes from this year from December to March. Easter is very early this year. We're always going toward Easter. So it's going to be a short time, but it's going to be a very intense time. It's a deeper formation into what we call all things Catholic, focusing on our rituals, our celebrations, our doctrine. There'll be a lot of support from sponsors, team, and community. We'll have a retreat during this particular time. Within the catechumenate, we will be entering into the season of Lent. I'm sure some of you are familiar with that. Lent, remember Ash Wednesday, crosses on the forehead, people giving up wine and candy and going on diets. We'll talk to you all about that. But during Lent's a very important time for RCIA. If you read any of the documents or any of the things I give you, you're going to find out that Lent began because of people that were converting. It was all about them. It wasn't about chocolate and wine and all that silly stuff, okay? It was really about preparing people for baptism. So during Lent this year will be a very special time for you. It's a 6-week period right before Easter. So the catechumenate's going to go on during that time. It ends with the rite of sending and election. I know you're like, what is that? Well, I'm going to just suspend that a little bit, but just tell you that it is a time when if you decide you're going to go through another discernment after the end of the catechumenate on whether you want to do this or not this year. And if you discern that you do, then you go and meet with the bishop. You actually don't meet with him one-on-one, but everyone in the Orange Diocese goes to this particular rite of election. So we go to the rite of election, and when we go there, the bishop recognizes all of you. Your name gets called. Father Brendan goes with us. Wonderful celebration. It won't be here. It'll be at St. Columban in Garden Grove. But it's a big turning point for most people. Okay, then we enter into phase 3. It's a very short period of time. It's called the purification and enlightenment time from February to March during Lent. It's a very intense time, as I mentioned. There's rites and rituals, presentations, scrutinies. Leave that word for later, okay? And discernment. It's actually a time when you are really preparing yourself to receive, to be initiated in the Catholic Church. So if you make it that far and you're still with us, then we come to the sacraments, the reception of the sacraments of initiation. In the Catholic Church, there are 3 sacraments of initiation: baptism, the Holy Eucharist, and confirmation. Those of you that I interviewed, I always ask you, are you baptized? Tell me about that. Because if you are baptized in another Christian denomination, we reverence that baptism. We will not rebaptize you. But I will talk to you specifically about that's why it's important for me to connect with all of you. So you won't be rebaptized. However, you will make a profession of faith as a Catholic. All of you will receive confirmation, which is the anointing sacrament, and then the Holy Eucharist. So, as I mentioned, as we go through Lent, and you can see it on your sheet there if you keep on looking at it, it begins with our holiest week of the year, which we call Holy Week. And it actually begins on Palm Sunday and goes into a very wonderful time during the church called the Sacred Triduum. That word up there, Triduum. Tri-duum, 3 days, meaning Holy Thursday, Good Friday, and Holy Saturday. Since this is the most sacred time of the year for us, this is when we initiate adults. So if you are going to be initiated this coming year in 2016, then you'll be initiated on Holy Saturday, the eve of Easter. I always say it's like Christmas Eve, only it's Easter Eve, okay? So if you want to do this year, don't plan on going anywhere during Easter week or any time during Lent, probably. This year it'll be on March 26th, and I want you to know that it's the biggest celebration in the whole Universal Church. Every Catholic church will be having a huge celebration of the Easter Vigil. Most Catholics, sadly, that are sitting in the pews don't even know that. So now you know more than they do. Don't you feel good? Okay, so you know more than they do for sure. The reason I know that's true is because not that many people go to it. And when you go, you'll never want to go to any other Mass. It's so great, so beautiful. It is 3 hours long. Maybe that's why they don't go, right? But anyway, we'll talk about that later. Now, are we done? Have we graduated now? No, we have phase 4, which is called the period of mystagogia. And that this year will go from April to May. And it's a reflection on, as it says, on the mystery of the Christian journey. It's sort of like us trying to help you transition out of RCIA. Now, you can see a lot of people come back for year 2 and 3 and 4 and 25 and 30 because RCIA to them has become a way of continuing growth and so forth. So what we're requiring of you is just to keep coming until the end so we can help you adopt the Catholic way of life and can help you find your way through a big community. You'll feel very connected here, but the bigger community might be different. Do you know we have 6,500 families at St. Edward? We do. It's a huge parish. If you multiply it out, we're probably ministering to about 20,000 people. That's probably a median, estimate. It's a lot of people. So we want you to make sure that you still feel at home and connected after you leave. Okay, this year our last class, if you see on your calendar, is on May 10th, but May 15th is Pentecost Sunday, another really important day in the church. Some of you who are already Catholic will be confirmed that day instead of the Easter Vigil. But leave that to me, okay? All right, so what's the curriculum? Our curriculum basically are catechetical sessions, meaning what we do on Tuesday nights. So what will happen on Tuesday nights is that you'll come, there's a topic, and on your calendar there are all the topics that we're covering every single week. So there's a topic. There'll be a teacher. It'll either be me, one of the priests, or other adults that are qualified to teach adults. That will be giving the teaching for the first hour. Then we take a break and eat some more and drink some more. And then we come back and we have interactive at small groups so that you can talk and ask questions and say, I had no idea what she was talking about. And then you can hopefully get a little clearer on some of the topics. We'll be reading scripture and sharing. There'll be reading assignments. And so what I'm telling you is just kind of come prepared. We're going to give you everything you need. We even have pens on the table. You don't even have to bring a pen. But be prepared to be kind of like you're in college again, a little bit, because it is sort of like a college level theology class. You might be prepared to ask a lot of questions, to share your stories, and to be open. If I haven't interviewed you yet, I want to. So if you're new tonight and you received a yellow sheet and you're filling it out, please come up and say hi to me and introduce yourself, and we'll talk about when I can schedule an interview with you, because each one of you has a story and need different things, okay? Okay, now I get to stop talking, and I'm hoping this is going to work, Jason, okay? We have some taped testimonies that you heard from our team, but these are people that were in RCIA last year, made a video. If you were at Mass last Sunday, you probably got to see it. So my main thing is I'm worried about the sound working. So we have some sound issues up here, so be patient with me here, okay? I'm going to try. Looking at my tech people. Okay, guys. All right. Let's say a prayer, all right? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to skip this for now, and then we'll show it after. I'm going to skip this for now. We'll come back to it. I'm sorry about that, but I'm just going to go to the next one, because we have live testimonies, okay? So we'll go to the live testimonies now. So I asked two people to come and share their story just a little bit more than what they said up here. So there's two people. Actually, you saw Jason and Melinda, and there's a picture of them at the Easter Vigil in 2014, and then there's Stephanie at last year. So would you like to come forward, both of you, Jason and Stephanie? They're going to share their story with us. And I'll see what I can do about the sound while they're doing that. Who wants to go first?
Yeah, it's my favorite. It's my Facebook profile picture. That's my Facebook profile picture. Okay, hi, I'm Stephanie. I kind of introduced myself already. So yeah, I went through the RCIA process last year, and it was a lot. It was overwhelming. I'm still taking it all in, which is why I'm back, because I need to hear it all again, and probably again and again and again. So I'll probably be here for quite some time, like everybody else. It seems to be a theme. Once you're here, you're stuck, and you keep coming back, and you want more. Yeah, I was baptized Catholic as a baby, but then my parents got a divorce, and my mom stopped going to church. So right before RCIA started last year, I just, on my own, was like, you know what? I'm done with college, have a little bit of free time, let's go to church. And I didn't really know where to go. St. Edward's was in my head, and but I tried the Mission Basilica in San Juan, and it was beautiful, but it just didn't feel right. It was really overwhelming. So the following weekend, I went to Mass at St. Edward's, and I didn't ever want to try another church after that. It was just right. So, and I was baptized at St. Edward's when I was an infant. So, yeah, that's about it.
Well, the last time someone gave me a microphone, I was announcing Women's Roller Derby in San Juan. So if I throw out a couple of expressions like power jams and soul crushes, you'll know why here. About 2 years ago, we feel like we were given a great gift to become Catholic. My wife and I and our 5 kids, including triplets, because our hospital had a buy 2, get 1 free deal. We were all confirmed and the kids baptized together, which was an incredible experience. In fact, afterwards, I videoed each of my kids and I said, tell me about your experience. And my 5-year-old said, after baptism, she said, I felt like I had a porcupine heart. So, really cute. Melinda and I were Cradle Baptists, except Melinda was American Baptist and I was Swedish Baptist. And if you know, that's like the Capulets and the McCoys. And I think the big difference was she was allowed to dance and we were allowed to drink alcohol, but only in airplanes. So, quite frankly, it was amazing our families ever let us get married. We grew up Protestant. We had some rich experiences. We attended Episcopal, a Lutheran, a Covenant, a Presbyterian, a Calvary Chapel, and even a tambourine slapping, speaking in tongues charismatic church. So had a wide range of things. But many things drew us to the Catholic Church, and Melinda would say that we found our home. We enjoyed the liturgy, although, to be honest, we were pretty intimidated to attend Mass at first. I felt like a baseball player trying to read the signs from a third base coach. And it was a little awkward holding the hand of someone sitting next to you haven't met yet. And I think I literally gave the peace signs a couple times when they said to pass the peace. We were true newbies. I might not have done things the correct way, but I knew Jesus was with me, and he knew my heart, so it didn't really matter. Melinda's a genealogist, so tracing her own family back, she can do it all the way back behind Charlemagne. So to know the historical roots of the Catholic Church and the way they're practicing the faith is the same when apostles were alive and Jesus planted his church is pretty incredible. Although I don't know what St. Peter would say about the fact that when I read the Missal in church, I pull out my iPhone. Melinda gives me a hard time, so I bought an iPhone case that looks like a Bible. So now if you see me, I'm actually reading my iPhone up there. One of the strongest reasons for us to join this community was the people. About 10 years ago, I had an opportunity to design the graphics for a movie about Jesus. And I told Melinda I wouldn't name drop, so the director's name rhymes with Gib Mibson. But it wasn't about the celebrity. I really didn't know any Catholics in my life. But I got to hang out with this guy, and he would sit in his office and tell stories about the saints and rate really some amazing mystical things in his life that I thought were spectacular. Literally a book called The Passion of the Christ, he said, fell off the bookshelf and hit him in the head. And he said he knew he had to make this movie. Melinda and I are part of a homeschool group with about 13 other Catholic families. We were the only Protestant family in the group. And we just saw something different in this group that we didn't have, and we really wanted to know more. And that's why we started the process. But it wasn't all rosy for us. As we started the process, my mother-in-law, who was raised Catholic, had a bad experience in her youth. No abuse, but just kind of a hypocritical church she attended. So she left the church, and she was pretty upset with us. In fact, she sent me a 25-page document on why we shouldn't become Catholic. It was longer than the Magna Carta, and it had more references to 11th century rebel barons. But the long story short is she actually is attended now with us, and Joe's daughter is one of the cantors in the service, a beautiful voice. And my mother-in-law has actually gone back to Florida and told other people, you've got to hear Joe's daughter sing. So it's kind of come full circle. And you know what? Many of you might have a similar difficult journey, and that's why some of the people sitting around the table from you each week, you can come and share some of that experience with them. For Melinda and I, it was like a regular Tuesday night date night. Showing up here, they had wine and M&Ms, and we looked forward to it. It was a non-judgmental environment, and we got to encouraged and asked a lot of questions. In fact, I don't think there were any questions where we were not allowed to ask. I'm not sure the one about the priest, whether he wore boxers or briefs, was appropriate, but I think you can ask anything. And if I were sitting in your chair right now, I think it's a really exciting time to start this journey. We've got the Pope coming to the U.S. next week, and if you know, the Pope has declared a year of Jubilee, which starts December 8th. So once every 20 years you get to be part of that. So I'd say this is a pretty exciting time. So I hope everybody has a heart like a porcupine through this process.
Gosh, he's a tough act to follow, isn't he? Thanks, Jason. Melinda and Jason and Stephanie, all three have been such a blessing to me. Okay, so we've told our stories, and I promise I'll go back to the video when you're all talking. I'll figure it out. But I'd really like to first to have some time right now to just talk to each other. So I'm going to ask my team to kind of move into the tables, other people. And there's a yellow sheet that says Getting to Know You. And if you would just kind of look at those questions and maybe jot down a few things that you can share with those that'll be chatting with you. So we'll just take a few minutes. We want to get to know you better. So have some fun with those questions. Ask our team to be the introducers. So it looks like this table's just ready to go here. Who's the spokesperson here? You did. Tom can do it. Can I direct your attention up to this table, first table? They're going to. Tom is going to introduce the people that are here inquiring.
This is Kevin and Sandy Hutchinson, and we have Michelle, and I forgot your last name, Camille. It's funny, all three of these people are here because of their kids. And Kevin and Sandy have two children in the school. At least one is in the second grade and going through preparing for First Holy Communion. So they thought, not being Catholic themselves, that maybe they ought to find out what this is all about. So anyway, they're here for that. And then Michelle. Her daughter, is it your daughter? Your daughter is about to receive the sacrament of confirmation, studying to be receiving the sacrament of confirmation. And she's never been confirmed, although she is Catholic and has gone through First Communion and her baptism, of course. So, yeah, her daughter asks questions about confirmation that she can't answer. And so she wants to find out about it as well, and probably will be confirmed as well. So it's kind of interesting. The kids brought the parents in.
So it's Kevin and Sandy, hi, and Michelle. Welcome. All right, so I'm going over here. Who's the spokesperson here? It's either going to be Joe or Stephen. Who's talking? Stephen?
This is Tony Smith. He was brought up Southern Baptist. He's from Kansas City, Missouri, and he's just interested in joining the Catholic faith because his girlfriend over here. I'm sorry, I don't think we were properly introduced, but Sophia, yes, and he's just interested, and he sounds like he's very committed as to what he wants to accomplish through this program. He wants to deepen his faith in God and Jesus, and that's really all I have to say at this point. So
Sophia, I'm sorry. Nice to meet you, and you too, Tony. Welcome. Very much so. We'll go back over here to the power table. I see you guys, I think, talked the longest over here. So who's going to introduce? Jason, you doing it?
Yep. We've got Eric here and Brett, both born in Cyprus, right? Or grew up in Cyprus. So this is the Cyprus table we've determined over here. And both have wedding dates, is that correct? That almost, okay, not set. But that's part of the reasoning for coming back to the Catholic Church. Both baptized Catholic already, so glad to have you here.
And I got to meet both of you. I interviewed both Eric and Brett, so I'm glad to see you again. Glad you're here. Welcome. Okay. Dave?
Huh? She always says it's dangerous to hand me a microphone. We're about to find out why. I'd like to introduce Matt Stevers. My notes from Matt is that his family went to many churches, including, he described some, they were really strange. Not too long ago, personal crisis came into his life, and he decided, it was time to really find the right place, and so he came to the Catholic Church. And he has been baptized many times, according to him. And I told him that Donna would sort it out for him. And he looking for confirmation in Eucharist and and an education in the Catholic faith. And then Kelsey Cato is back for her second year. She went through last year. Her family was not religious, and she, like Matt, went to a lot of churches and is back for another year. Matt wanted to know if she flunked RCIA last year. That's why she was back. But no, she just wasn't quite ready to complete the sacraments, and so she's back for second year to re-educate herself and go through this again. And she's going for the trifecta. She needs all three sacraments at the Easter Vigil.
And who's speaking here? Darlene?
Okay, I'd like to introduce Brittany DeTano. This is the beautiful little girl over here. And she actually came 4 years ago, and I think we frightened her away, and she's back. So you cannot flunk RCIA. You can come back as many times as you want until you're ready. She's searching and decided that she wanted to come. So she's back, seeking. And then Marcia Prentice was baptized in another faith, and her granddaughter, who is 2 years old, was just baptized in the Catholic faith, and she decided that she would just like to check things out and search a little bit more. She was going to the mission for a little while and couldn't continue to attend the RCIA program there because she was babysitting. So she's joining us, and she's going to continue her journey here with us. And then John Thompson is searching. I can't say too much about John because he might get upset with me because I kind of drug him here tonight.
No, Darlene doesn't do that, does she, John? If anybody know, you'll get to know Darlene. She's like my number one evangelizer, But welcome. I'm glad you're here. And you too, Brittany. Thanks for coming back. It's great. And Marcia, it's good to see you again. I got to interview her. All right, who's going to talk here? Pointing. Karen?
Yes. First here we have Haley Guerrero, and she is the sister of a longtime parishioner. And she's been in the parish a long time. I recognized her name. She's about the age of my son. And she's been Catholic and been going to here for a long time. And this is her friend Jared Murray. He was baptized at Saddleback, has gone there, and he began dating Haley, and now he goes to St. Edward with her. And this is, at the corner here, this is Sunshine, and she has the most interesting story. She's been at St. Edward since it was started at San Felipe. She went here when it was just a brand new church. She started dating a non-Catholic. She was dating a non-Catholic for 12 years. Came here as his girlfriend, then became his godmother fiance, so she calls it his god fiance. And she's here for basically, she's a cradle Catholic, and is here now for a refresher at St. Edward, because she said since she isn't going with her friend anymore, she still wanted to come back. So it was about 6 or 7 years ago she came with her boyfriend. So she's like a lot of us getting a refresher course because she likes it so much. And Allison here is a very busy doctor. Has a boyfriend, Dan, who is also a doctor, and he was a theology major, but she said they tried different churches near them, and she comes all the way from Loma Linda. She drives all that way. She is here for a second year, finishing classes that she didn't get to go. She's so busy last year she didn't get to go to every class. So she said she's tried churches near where she works and lives, but this one, they didn't teach as much about relationship with God as St. Edward's RCIA does. So that's why she's back. As Donna does. Yeah.
Welcome, and that's very nice to know, Allison. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome, Jared. And hey, I see you all the time at church with your parents and your brother, and I know the whole family, so great family, and welcome. And thanks again for coming back, Allison. She didn't flunk either. It was just a long year for her. Okay, who's Randy?
Hi, I'd like to introduce all of you to Erica Union. Erica's from San Diego, graduated from San Luis Obispo, went back to San Diego State to get her MBA in sport, and so she's working now for NASCAR. Yes. And Erica is engaged to Justin, and Justin teaches at J. Sarah. He's a graduate of Santa Margarita High School, also San Luis Obispo College, and he is Catholic, and they've been engaged 1 month.
I'm so excited. I just got to meet Erica. Welcome, and thanks for... We had other J. Sarah teachers here several years ago. You already talked about all that, huh? Well, you'll have to say hi to them for us. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, and who's going to talk here? I know you love to talk, Kathy. Okay, here.
I have three really wonderful people at this table that I want to introduce you to. First, there's Sandy and Doug Henry, and I just loved having the chance to hear how they traveled to us today. They have a second grade grandson here at St. Edward named Mason, and while that was maybe the little spark that brought them here, because his parents are not practicing any particular faith or religion right now, and they felt that it was important, there were more things to their own experiences. One is that Sandy has received all of her sacraments, and she is a Catholic, but that about age 17, she's not alone in this experience, she decided that, she just stopped going, and it really wasn't something that spoke to her. And here she is now. She likes our Pope. They're both on second marriages, so there's a whole lot of, hesitation for her in terms of, after you've been divorced, whether taking this journey back is really something easy to do or not. And meanwhile, Doug is like a man after my own heart, because I have one of these at home, and that's an Episcopalian who's also an altar server and does all the things that were very much involved and engaged in the faith. Not a real different experience from Catholicism in many ways, and yet he found that as life got busy and work got busy, that it was easy not to be really involved in church, and so together they sort of were away, and now together they're finding their way back. And what a gift for their grandchild to have such wonderful people to guide him in his First Communion journey this year as well. And right along with them, a young lady named Toby, I love your name, is here because she has a little daughter named Hayden. Don't you love these names? And Hayden is a little TK, that's transitional kindergarten. Didn't have that in the old days. And in any case, her little daughter is going to school here also in traditional kindergarten, and her husband is a Catholic and has received all of his sacraments, and he's like I was too, really, really excited because she's taking this journey. But more importantly, she's really excited about it, and you could see it in her smile and her eyes as she lit up and talked about how when she was baptized as a Catholic, that she never had any other sacraments, and she was a product of a divorce, and that may have been a part of it for her. But what she also remembers is Mass was in Latin, and she wasn't really quite sure really what was going on. So now she's coming back, as the three of them are, because they just want to see where this takes them and what it is maybe that they've missed along the way. So welcome, and thank you for being here.
And I got to interview all three of them, so I'm so happy to see you again. Welcome back, Toby. And not last but not least, so who's going to talk? Of course, it's Elizabeth. Okay, here we go.
Well, we have three wonderful learners, journeyers here, and they all are here because of family. It's very interesting. Chris here is engaged, and his fiance is Catholic, and he's very interested, and so he wants to learn and come, and I think he's got a heart for Catholicism, and so I'm really excited about that. And he said that he feels very at home here, and I just love hearing that. I love when I hear anybody say that, because that's how I feel here. So, and then Linda, she's from a devout Catholic family, actually Greek Orthodox, and so she is here to learn and become Catholic, I guess. I don't know what the difference is, actually, but Don will sort that out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's what I thought too. So, but she wants, yes, actually learning the words, yes. And so we already discussed what homily is, and so just different words that are used in different services. So anyway, welcome, Linda. Good to have you. And last but not least, Juliet. You guys have to see this smile. Turn around and smile for them. This smile is so beautiful. Smile is so beautiful. So anyway, she's been here in the area less than a year, but she also has been encouraged, I'm using the word encouraged, by her daughter to join our faith. And so I think it's wonderful to know that families are supporting, or families to be, are supporting these journeys. So just welcome all of you, and we're happy to have you.
Yes, we're very. I met Chris and I met Linda and Juliet. Welcome. Look forward to talking to you too. So that's really great. Thank you so much for, opening up that much. At least let all of us know who you are. And as I mentioned earlier, if I haven't interviewed you, we will set up a time, sometime when it's convenient for both of us. Just kind of warning you, right now, all of the programs are all starting. I'm the director of faith formation, which means I oversee all of the educational programs from preschool through adult. So everything's starting up again. I'm kind of busy right now, but we will get to you. No worries. I will find a way, because I love talking to people one-on-one. So if I haven't interviewed you, don't worry, okay? But be patient with me. All right, so now I know you're just dying to see the video. I think we have it. We think we have it sorted out. The sound. It's not the video, it's the sound. So I'm going to try to show you that, and then we're going to end with a little prayer, and then you'll be on your way. Just want to preview next week. We will actually start with a class, and the topic is our search for God. So I will be doing that class. I'll be talking a lot about the stages of faith development, why people search for God, just kind of anchoring us all into a bigger kind of cosmic reality when it comes to why we believe, and talking more, I think, philosophically and psychologically about the connections that religion has to other ologies out there. So it'll be a great class, so I hope you all come back for that. All right, John, should we try it? Let's try it. Let's see if we can get it going.
Had so many amazing experiences with God in my life, and just continuously felt myself being called back to the Catholic Church over and over again. you're becoming Catholic, and yes, there's this amazing relationship that you have to have with Jesus. But so important also is this concept of you're joining a community. You're joining a community of believers. And that's really what I've felt in RCIA is I'm joining a community and we're all in this together, and this whole journey has just been so amazing.
I mean, we had gone through all of these classes and had gone through confession, which quite frankly was one of the most nervous moments of my life. I don't know why. And one of the most liberating. And we had gotten to this moment at Easter Vigil, and it was so exciting because everybody was there. The whole community of St. Ed's was there to welcome us into the church. And we were being welcomed into the church, and Father Brendan gave us his blessing. We had the Eucharist, which was the most blessed of all sacraments. And I get chills when I think about it, and my hair standing up on my neck. It was an amazing, amazing moment. I have my family there. And for them to share that with me, it was something I will never, ever, ever forget.
One of my favorite RCIAs, one of the first few nights I was here last fall was Father Brendan coming and talking about the Mass. And for me, like, from an outsider perspective, like, I have no idea, like, when to kneel, when to, like, say, do, whatever. Breaking that down piece by piece, talking about the symbolism, the scripture, just everything that goes into that is just so amazing. And it makes something that was formerly really confusing instead, like, really, like, beautiful and very, very understandable, very clear.
I remember many Tuesdays where I just was filled with the overwhelming feeling that I was sitting in the right seat and that God had me exactly where I was supposed to be. And so I really enjoyed the process, and it was formative and just an incredible learning process for me. The Easter Vigil, there's plenty of pictures of it, but you could not get the grin off my face if you tried. I was baptized this year at the Easter Vigil. You hear about that there's going to be this outpouring of grace, and you don't know what that means until you feel it, and you have that sort of interaction with the Holy Spirit. It's unlike anything I've ever felt in my whole life.
I just had my daughter, and I knew that this was finally, like, the time. As Donna Couch always says, sometimes you get that little tap on your shoulder. Well, I had gotten the tap on my shoulder before I ever walked through the door. When I came in, it was the first time I ever felt like I was home. I was baptized Catholic, and then I didn't go any further than that. My husband is devout Catholic and went to an all-boys military Catholic school at the University of San Diego, the Catholic college, and he got deployed 3 weeks after I started this process. Once I got here and felt at home, I realized that this program and these amazing people were going to not only help me reconnect and find my faith in God, but are going to help me to get through this deployment and be there as like a community and a family. I've never been so grateful in my entire life.
I just want to thank Jason for putting that video together for us. He did one last year and the year before too, and it's always so, for me, that's like walking down memory lane to see them again. But the point is, we just wanted to let you know that there are lots of people among you who have taken the journey, and it's a well-trod path. But there's really, there's really no pressure. We love you, whoever you are in your journey. Respect that, but we're here to help you every step of the way. I wanted to just end tonight with a little prayer. We're not going to do anything big old Catholic thing yet, okay? So I'll wait on the sign of the cross and all that till later. But if you want to look in your packet, it's called the Prayer of Seekers, and it's right. So I want this to be kind of an interactive sort of thing, but I know it's sort of hard for people. when they haven't really prayed together. So one of the things I love to do is I really love music, and so I connect a lot with God through music. So you'll be hearing me playing a lot of music throughout the year. I just think it takes us to a place that words or any other type of art doesn't do, but music really penetrates into the heart. So I'm just going to play some music, and the lyrics are there, and you can just meditate on them. What I did is that this particular song is based on Psalm 139. So on the back should be the real psalm from the Old Testament. On the front are the lyrics that they adopted from it. Okay. All right, so let us begin. And I would just ask you, and as we enter into this prayer, to just sort of relax and just kind of try to focus inward. If you've never done this kind of prayer before, just sort of focus inward if that's possible. And if you feel like it, you can close your eyes. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. But just kind of, let's just take a moment just to recollect ourselves as we enter into this prayer together. Christians have always believed that God is ever present and available to us. God always desires to communicate with us and to listen to us.
Oh God, you search me and you know me. All my thoughts lie open to your gaze. When I walk or lie down, you are before me. Ever the maker and keeper of my days. You know my resting and my rising. You discern my purpose from afar. And with love everlasting you beseech me. In every moment of life or death you are. search me, you know me, you love me. Ever the maker, you're the keeper of my day.
And in this moment now, I just ask you to just visualize maybe the people that are in your life that need prayer tonight. Anyone you'd like to offer our collective prayer for. Any of your personal concerns. We'll just hold them in this moment. And together, let us pray. Loving God, we thank you for always watching over us, for always being there for us. Amen. Please feel free to eat our food before you go. But thank you again for being here. I hope to see you next week, and God bless you. I'll keep you in prayer this week. Okay. Good night.